Willkommen im Studio 3 von NearFM. NearFM ist freies Radio in Dublin und ich habe mir jetzt die Sally zugefangen, die uns jetzt ein bisschen was über NearFM erzählen wird. Hi Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally Galiana. My real name is Soledad Galiana, but no one can pronounce Soledad in Ireland. So I'm originally from Spain and I have been with NearFM since 1997. NearFM is the community radio station for Dublin Northeast, and we have been broadcasting with a license since 1995. It's one of the first 11 community radios that were licensed in Ireland. We are part of a co-op, a cooperative that actually also has a small TV production company called NearTV, and also an IT center called Near Online, and soon we'll have also a record label called Near Record. So what do we do?
Yeah, what do you do?
We do 24 hours programming, which means that we broadcast live from 8 in the morning till 11:30 at night, and then we repeat programs for the rest of the 24 hours. We do all kind of programs, general interest, current affairs, social justice, international news, different language programs. We also do a lot of specialist music. So we have very dedicated volunteers who love music. They may love dance music or electronic music or music from the 80s or from the 50s, and they will come and do a radio program on that music, using that music. But apart from programming, we do a lot of training. So we train people using a certified training called FITAC Level 4 in community radio. So the people who does this training gets a certification, and then we also do uncertified training to facilitate new volunteers and new members of staff to understand what we are doing here. I always said community radio is community first. Okay, we are here to develop the community, to bring them back their pride, to make them realize the power they have if we all work together. And then we use radio, we use media, radio, TV, or internet to actually provide the tools for people to use to make their community stronger and for them to have a voice and a presence on media, which usually ignore them or just use them when it interests them. We find that we are based in the northeast of Dublin, and it's an area that will have from very affluent people to very deprived communities. And in the area where the station is based, it's called Kulok. It's one of the areas that will have most incident of people leaving school early, also unemployment, and really it has the coverage that commercial media and public media has provide or offer from the area is very negative. Okay, so we have tried to reverse that because we feel that in all communities there is positives and negatives, and we try to represent all the positive work that different communities and individuals are doing in the area for their community and for themselves.
So who are your volunteers?
We have about 36 staff, and we have about 130 active volunteers. So our volunteers are everyone in the community who has an interest to become a volunteer of NearFM and take part in media activities. And the only requirement to become a volunteer is to do a training course, the induction to community radio, which is not certified, and it's for them to understand how we operate and also to learn how to use the desk and I'm sorry, the portable recorders, and how all the internal procedures, how do you apply for your program, how do you book the studios, what music can you play, what can you say on radio, and what you shouldn't say because it's criminal or illegal to do it. We have from, I think our older volunteer broadcasting is over 80. And then we have also 15 years old people, young people doing programs. And basically what we do is we are open to all suggestions. So people are free to come with, their program proposal. So we have people doing drama. So we have a near drama section, which is local actors and actresses that come and do radio plays for us. We have people doing sports who are basically volunteers. We have a group of people who are interested in arts and they do an art program. These are all run exclusively by volunteers. There is no staff input. The staff is there to facilitate them on access the premises, and also if there is any kind of technical problem, we help them with that. But they decide, volunteers deciding the content and what we want to do. If you want to know more about the volunteers, maybe it's better if you ask me in this autumn, because at the moment we are doing our research on our volunteers. We are trying to discover, or maybe just to formalize a bit those figures. We want to know how many women and and men, this kind of gender division. We are also trying to see what areas of interest and also how we can develop to fulfill their needs and expectations in some ways. So that's an internal research we are doing at the moment.
So you also have different language on the radio station?
Yeah, the problem with the languages, okay, and this is the main problem for us, is we would like to have more, but usually other minority languages on radio are very much based on volunteers. So over the years we have lots of different languages. When I arrived in NearFM, there was a program in Bosnian, for example, and over the years we have German, we have French, Spanish, Catalan, Basque. We have Lingala. We have Cantonese. We have Polish. We have Brazilian. The main problem is volunteers come and they can give so much, and then obviously their own personal life or professional life put pressures on them in such a way that they feel they can commit much more for the station. So that's why at the moment we only have French in the morning, but this is a Radio France international production. But recently a French volunteer joined the station, and at the moment she's producing her own French language program. Actually, it's going to be broadcast today, which is Wednesday, the 8th of August. And it's called Qu'est-ce que c'est le crack? And then we have also today the Brazilian program, which is called Samba Boys. And then we have also a Polish program. And I'm not going to try to pronounce it in Polish because my Polish is very bad. But the translation in English is Polish Weekly. So that's what we are having at the moment, basically, those three. However, we produce documentaries and special programs that may be bilingual. So this means that we interview people in Spanish or French, and then we do voiceovers or summarize. And of course, we also broadcast in Irish language, which is the other official language in Ireland. So we have half an hour every day of Irish language programming. We are trying through this Grundtvig Learning Partnership Program, which is looking into minority languages on radio, to improve our Irish language broadcasting through the links with Radio Folcha, which is an all-Irish language radio station based in Belfast, and also to improve and see how we can retain those other languages volunteers also by learning from Radio Fro and also from Anchete Ratia.
So, thank you, Sally.
You are very welcome.
Das war mal ein kurzer Abriss von dem, was NearFM macht. Zum angesprochenen Radio in Belfast werden wir im Laufe dieses Films noch kommen. In diesem Sinne schauen wir uns nachher noch NearTV an. Also bis später.